A heavy hush falls over the jagged cliffs that cradle Camp Lance, a forbidding fortress of stone and iron nestled in a hidden valley. At first light, a solitary horn tolls through the mist, summoning the misfits who have come here by force or by fate. They emerge one by one, ragged, defiant, fearful, each bearing the weight of past mistakes. Their gaunt faces are lit by the pale glow of dawn as they file across the frost-hardened ground toward the looming gates, steel bars twisting like prison bars against a pale sky. Beyond the gates, lurid green lawns stretch into the distance, manicured to an eerie perfection. Ornate lanterns line winding cobblestone paths, their light snuffed at dawn yet still casting phantom shadows. The barracks stand in neat rows, monolithic blocks where laughter and joy were long ago banished. Somewhere beyond, behind a shuttered glass window, cold eyes watch every move, eyes that judge, punish, and break spirits. Danny arrives last, shoulders slumped under the burden of shame. He glances at the stone walls, slick with moss and spray from the inland sea, and feels the chill it sends straight through his ribs. He dares not look back at the road he came, the one that led him here, but he feels the ache of wasted weekends, the sting of every detention, and the hollow echo of a mother's tears. His mind reels with the promise, no, the warning, that this place changes everything. The morning's rituals begin. Boots against gravel, the clang of dinner pails, the sterile smell of disinfectant. A stern doctor's cart rattles past, its surfaces gleaming with surgical tools. A low hum of conversation drifts from the infirmary, where rumors speak of needles that erase memories, potions that dull a child's will. Danny's heart pounds as he edges closer, mind racing with fear and speculation, but he steels himself. Out here, fear can be a weapon, if you let it. In the dining hall, the misfits are seated according to rank. The first-timers at the front, the veterans at the back, and the troublemakers, those who dared mock the headmaster's mustache, who slung paint across the chapel doors, lined up against the far wall, solitary as condemned animals. Danny finds himself crammed into a seat beside two sullen boys who refuse even to speak. The steam from their porridge sends pale wisps into the air, and each spoonful tastes of salt and surrender. Morning drills begin as the sun climbs higher. Under the vigilant gaze of guards in uniform, jackboots smashing the gravel, Danny learns to march, to salute, to swallow whatever pride he has left. The drills stretch on, push-ups until arms tremble, runs through the maze of hedges designed to confuse, recitations of camp rules in unison until voices crack. Somewhere in the back of his mind, Danny counts the rules and the minutes, trading each violation for a second shaved off his sentence, hoping that if he endures long enough, he might, just might, escape. Yet even here, camaraderie flickers among the broken. He notices Carla, the girl with the crooked smile who refuses to cough under the weight of her cough suppressant, Marcus, whose scars snake up his forearm like dark graffiti, and Lena, whose eyes flash with mischief even as they track the doctor's cart. At meal's end, when the others drag their empty bowls back to the scullery, Danny follows. The scullery is a cavernous stone room where they scrub pots in icy water and stack plates until their arms ache. It is the first time any of them have worked side by side, and without a word they fall into a rhythm. Scrub, rinse, stack. The drudgery is a balm to their anxiety, and for a moment they share something more powerful than fear, unspoken unity. Night brings its own horrors. The perimeter lights cut the darkness into harsh wedges, and the howl of wind through the pines sounds like distant cries. The barracks are silent save for the soft sobs of those bowed by loneliness. Danny lies awake on his narrow cot, the coarse blanket scratching his skin, and pictures the world beyond these walls. His mother's tear-stained kitchen, his sister's laughter echoing down a safe hallway, the wide highway stretching to freedom. He vows that he will tear down these walls, not only for himself, but for every child who has felt their hopes smothered by rules written in black iron. The opportunity comes unexpectedly on the third night. The doctors have withdrawn deeper into their wing, and the guards are posted more thinly around the east wall, focusing on the so-called escape tunnel beneath the chapel. Danny, Carla, Marcus, and Lena slip from their bunks and pad across the gravel to the grand facade of the main building. The windows are shuttered, but one small slit of glass at the very top glows faintly. Legend says that beyond the attic, a hatch leads out to the cliffs. It is a gamble. One wrong move and they will be broken. The gutters are slick with dew, the slate tiles precarious under their boots. Every nerve screams, but they press on, helping one another when the stones refuse to grant purchase. At last they reach the window. Inside, a hollow attic breathes dust and secrets. A rusted ladder descends into darkness, and below it the tunnel yawns like a mole's lair. One by one they slip into the tunnel. The musty air is thick with mold, the only light the sliver they have carried. They crawl, they inch, they whisper encouragement in the black. Behind them, a distant alarm bell slashes the silence. A sentry discovered an empty bed. In front of them, the tunnel slopes upward toward a faint glow that could mean the world beyond or a trap. They emerge on the cliff's edge, where sea spray dazzles in moonlight and the wind roars like a triumphant anthem. Below lies the churning ocean. Above stretches the canvas of stars. Danny stands tallest, heart pounding with a cocktail of terror and triumph. Behind him, Carla presses a hand to her chest. Marcus kicks a loose stone over the ledge, and Lena laughs, a clear, wild sound that carries across the water. For one golden moment, they taste freedom. No guards' whistles, no doctor's needles, no iron bars, only the salt wind and the vast unknown. They clasp arms, a silent pact sealed in starlight. They will never be prisoners again. Whatever waits beyond the valley, civilization, families, the promise of a second chance, they will face it together. As dawn's first light gilds the sky, the group descends the cliffs toward the distant highway. Their footprints on the dusty path will vanish with the coming tide, leaving no trace that Camp Lance ever held them. And as they step onto the open road, back straight and hearts racing, they know one immutable truth. The fiercest punishment cannot bind the human spirit when it dares to rise.